I made $700 today trading in about an hour and a half. And that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is that I didn't do anything and I actually didn't have to make any decisions. And it's all thanks to my software. So in this video, you're gonna learn a bit about how I'm trading in this current market, how I've gone about automating the decision-making process when it comes to each and every trade that I take. I'm gonna show you how I entered, exited, managed this entire trade all through this automation and all through using the software that I have. And so hopefully by the end of this video, you'll understand not just the importance of creating a system with rules around your trading, but how important it is to actually stick to that plan and follow it. You'll be able to see me take this trade live on my mentorship group trading session and exit that trade live all in front of you today. Right? If I was a discretionary trader right now, I'd probably be making some pretty awful decisions, but the good thing is I'm not. We're just sitting here, we're waiting for the software to send us a trade. We'll pull that up, we'll get our stop loss take profit, we'll enter, and then we'll just let the trade play out. So that's kind of the pros to non-discretionary, let's call it systematic trading, right? This is a systematic trading approach. And so in this case, I'm able to show up, I could be half awake and it's not going to affect the outcome. It's not going to affect whether I'm making or losing money because I'm tired and I made a bad decision. Like, no, I'm just following the system, okay? And that's it. It's as simple as that. Trade comes through, we'll hop in it, we'll use the algo, manage it accordingly. And we won't make any decisions. We don't have to, we've got these rules, we'll follow these rules. We don't have to make any decisions. And it's great. Not a whole lot of work besides just like showing up and being available. So the further you work away from really discretionary trading, the more relaxed your trading life will be. Put it that way. Like the easier things will get. Because if you have to always be on top of your game, no one is ever always on top of their game, right? In the past, I've had times where maybe I was pretty on top of things for a bit, doing really well. And then I pulled up to the market. On that one day, I wasn't on top of my game and I gave it all back. I gave back my last week, my last month, because I made stupid decisions. I held a big loss. I had this loss back in 2021 and it was so full size. Pretty much my position size was 64,000, or it was maybe 70,000. And I started dipping into the red, and this is when I was swing trading. Started dipping in the red, and I'm like, it's gonna come back. I still believed in my trade plan, and then I did what you should never do. I adjusted my stop, and I was like, this looks good from a technical perspective. I think we'll hold this stop if I drop it a little bit down, and then you lose the stop, and then you're like, okay, now what? I'm down 35K. Well, if I'm down like 40, 50%, it could still come back, right? Hold it a couple more days. Anyway, I ended up losing pretty much the entire position. It was about $64,000. That was the actual loss itself. So that was a learning lesson, and that's how it is. Like your losses are part of your education, and they're part of trading overall, right? We're factoring in losing about 50% of our trades, the trades we take. We know when we get into any trade, we're going to have to factor into our system as a whole. How many wins, how many losses, average win, average loss. And so these are things, that you're going to have to learn through experience. You'll have to take big losses. You'll have to, go through that. I lost a very nice brand new car. That's a lot. 64,000 is a lot. That's a big loss. Even though I was trading with a larger account, still a big loss. I've had huge green days too. Like last year, our biggest green day was 45K in a day. We had a bunch of $30,000 days. And for me right now, I'm like, that's just a lot of stress. It's almost to the point where it's not worth, it's really not worth trading with that much size, in my opinion, at least at this point I'm at in life, because I don't need to put on all this crazy stress, not even risk, right? The risk is a certain means, but the stress with managing a $2,500 position or a $25,000 position, it's not equivalent. It's much worse, right? So it's like, I'm like fine trading smaller size and making a little bit less, and I don't have to deal with these huge P&L gains, losses that right now, I guess, I was trading with $500,000 last year, and that was just that's what I was doing the last 3 years, which is too much. It was too much stress. And I'm not trying to lose all my hair by the time I'm 30, 25, right? So I think you have to kind of pick and choose in a sense. If you find a good in-between, I would say there's the extremes and there's the the opposite of that. Find a balance, find somewhere in the in between. You'll take huge losses, you'll learn from them. Don't revenge trade. And, it sounds great to make millions a year trading, but you don't realize how much stress that comes with making that much trading, right? There's just so much emotional toll. When do I actually decide, hey, enough is enough? I'm trading with enough size. Where can I make enough that I'm comfortable with what I'm making and not be in a position where I'm stressed out because I'm trading with too much? And that's where I've got to now. I'm really comfortable with what I'm trading. I pushed it for many years. Now I'm like finding a good balance and finding a whole lot more enjoyment and less stress in doing this. Keeping my hair. That's important, right? It's very important. So we've got 4 filters, right? And we've got 3 different ways to score that order that comes through on the filter. And then we've got this feed, which is like the unconsolidated, all the orders coming through that we're pulling, that we're analyzing. You can see, like yesterday, we analyzed 241 and pulled 7 tooth signals across these 4 different filters: 6-day trading, 7 swing, 0 repeat, 4 intraday. Now we've got strong conviction, we've got emerging, and we've got notable. So strong, these are like really high confidence, like multiple signals align. Those are going to be our highest scored signals. Is going to be the strong with the three green dots. Okay. And then we've got emerging. So like strong, these are going to be like the highest confidence trades we've been able to find based off the algo that we use, based off of our entire like proprietary trade matching engine. Hang on. Just got this order on the software. Okay. These are ACI puts hitting our day trading filter. Let's open these up. All right. Notable bearish interest building an ACI activity position at the 16.5 strike. These are 8 days to expiration. So we'll go ahead. We'll copy that contract. We will come over here to my broker. We will drop that in. These are the ACI 5/29/26 16.5 puts. You can also see that in the top right hand side of my screen here. Now we're going to be going in with our usual position size. And so let's look at the spread, or let's look at the recent sells. We're seeing 47 sells in the top right. Going to go in with about 54 contracts. I'm just going to throw one contract in here at like 41 just to test the book and see if we can maybe get filled a little bit lower. We'll bump it up. We'll use the ladder method just on one contract first, and then we'll throw in another 53. 50, 45. Let's see. Okay. So it looks like that one contract's not getting filled. Just 146. Seeing a 50 buy. Okay, that's fine. Order came in at 50 a contract. You can see that pinned on the chart right there. So if we have to bump this up to 47, I mean, that's just one contract too. See at 40, see now we're up at 50. Drop it in at 47, 54, 47. Oh, 46. Okay, so we've got the algorithm here has already predetermined our stop loss take profit for this trade. So we've got a stop loss at 1639. We've got a take profit at 1601. So those are our 2 levels here. Very straightforward. And this is what I mean by like, this is not a discretionary system. I'm not even making a decision on when I am going to sell this trade for a win or for a loss. It's already predetermined. And guess what? Even cooler here, we scroll down. Well, we've got the entire projection when it comes to this trade. We got filled at 47 a contract. We bought 54 contracts. And if we go to TP, I'm going to make 14.5% if we hit TP. Okay, and I'm going to lose 40% if we hit stop loss. That looks bad. And we can kind of shift the exit date here. So obviously that would be today. Let's see, 1601 and stock price. So about $500 on this trade. So these contracts, they're like not great. 14.5% TP, 41% stop loss is what it's projecting right now. If we do trade up there by the end of today, this is current, this is break even, strike, TPSL, and we can kind of toggle between all of them. There's a couple different ways we can look at it. Obviously, like when does this happen? We don't know. We can say like, even if we want to stay in this for a couple more days, oh my God, if we held these till expiration, the day of expiration, and they were still trading at our TP, we can see how much they'd be worth. The further you push those out, you can see how the TP decreases and the stop loss increases. We're losing way, way, way more the longer we're holding them, and we're making way less the longer we're holding them. Obviously, we're going to be closing those today. And right now, we just saw sell at 55. We're seeing 118 orders stacked on the book on the ask side at 55, 29 at 60. I'm not seeing any like spoof orders up here, which is good. Call them that, right? So like maybe these look pretty legit. Like this is a plug and play trading system. Like I literally don't do anything. I just follow the system. I click the buttons. Like you can see I've done absolutely no decision making, and that's why, right? If I was to have another indicator on here, well, guess what? I'd have to decide, well, what indicator do I use? And then that would defeat the whole purpose of the system. We can use support resistance. Like I can turn off TPSL and we can still see our support at 16 or a resistance at 18, that's going to be structure. And it's actually interesting sometimes just to see how they line up. If we throw a TPSL on and we've got support resistance, well, guess what? Our TP and our structure support are literally within a cent. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So we can see a bit of logic there. Let's go so if our TP, if we know our support is at 16, our structure support's at 16, that's our strongest level of support. And if we're short, and if we think we're going to hold through a structure support level, the chances of that trade actually breaking down below a structure support and bleeding out lower are much less. So you can see our TP is slightly above structure support, okay? Which everything, like I said, there's a reason. There's a reason for everything. None of this is random, and that lines up really well. TP is 1 cent above structure support on purpose, okay? Up 22%, $567. How is that? The recent sells were at 55. Oh, that's why. See, we've got 450 stacking on the ask side at 60. So, it says we're up 22%. Are we really up 22%? No, we're not. Like no one's paid 60 for these yet. So we also have to understand that. And our projection, let's check it out. We're looking at 22.3. Everyone in? Are we all in here on ACI? So I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. I just wanted to interrupt. Now, obviously you did see me enter this trade on the live trading session inside my mentorship group. Now, if you want to trade live with me every single morning, I'll put a link in the description below. You can join the mentorship, you can learn this trading system and process, and you can follow along and copy my trades and make or lose money each and every morning depending on how I'm doing. And I hope to see you over there. With that said, let's carry on with the video and I'll show you how I ended up closing this position as we hit take profit. All right, we are getting so close here to take profit. I am currently up about 33% on my position. That is equivalent to almost $1,000, $837 on this trade. And let's see, we entered, and since our entry, it's been about an hour, a little bit over an hour. So we'll see here if we can lock in $1,000 in about an hour and 15 minutes. We are very close to TP. You can see near TP. This is my software on the left-hand screen, of course. And then we've got Thinkorswim, my regulated US broker. Buy and sell these option contracts on the right. TP at 1601. So we need to see a hit of TP. Our entry, obviously. So you can see here when the order came through on the software, we got in about a minute or two afterward. And so far this trade has progressed very well. We actually never dipped into the red, not even for 1 second were we red on this position. All right, order is on the book. Let's see here, up 33%, $837. Just inches away from our take profit. You can see this order that came through on the software earlier today. And let's see if we can get this fill. 66. Come on. Let's see it. Being super patient here. All right, there is take profit. 16. Come on, let's get this fill. We hit take profit. Let's drop this down to 65. Let's see. Can we get it? I'm seeing some orders at 63. We're up here at 65. Okay, I'm just going to throw in one contract here at 62. We got the one filled. Let's go out. Let's see, 10 more. Another 10. You can see how we've been filled on 5, 1, 1. So not a ton of liquidity here. We're kind of having to scale out a little bit in a sense. Not really, but just throwing in a couple smaller orders, seeing if anyone will take those. So 48 contracts. And we're going to drop this down. Let's try 60 for our remaining 48. Okay, we are fully, oh, nope, just 2. There's 2. Damn, these are hard to get out of. So the thing is, right now, there's just not a ton of people on the other side here. Wow, someone just sold for 50? That was crazy. What was that? 41. Yeah, someone sold at 50 here. So you can see how that really just messed with our P&L. Now it says we're only up $611 on the day and up 22.34% on our remaining 41 contracts, which I have sitting here on the book at 60 a contract. So these are really worth 60, but because someone was willing to sell for, okay, there we go. Filled at 60 a contract. We are fully out here. Okay, not the biggest win, but hey, $714 in about an hour and a half. I can't complain. Very nice, clean trade there through on the software. Obviously, thank you to the software for that strong conviction day trade buy on ACI puts. And there it is. Let's check out the broker here. And if we look at our average fill, our average buy was 47. Our average sell was 60. So I'm very happy with that. That was our 54 contracts. And you can see here how we got out of a couple at 62 and then the majority at 60. So that was a total net ROI of plus 27.66%. And let's send this out to the mentorship who made money with me on ACI. Check this out, guys. I want to show you after the fact here. This is pretty crazy. Look at the chart now, and you can see how well our take profit worked. Okay, our entry, and we took profit here at 1602, and look at that perfect bounce off of 1602. Could not have been a more perfect take profit. And at this point, we've almost moved back up to our entry here at 1627. Pretty cool to see that. And this is another little feature here. If we overlay support and resistance, structure support was at $16, so 16 a share. And we had our TP at 1601. You can see how well this all lines up and how well that trade ended up obviously panning out. When we look back at it, we made as much as we could have. We got in, we got out, and didn't make any decisions.